we look at our culture and we realize that there are values, or rather there were values, that at one time were held in really high regard in our society, that were honored and lived out. And now in our modern culture, those are really kind of old school values. That's an old school way of thinking. It's antiquated. It's a little bit old. It doesn't fit our modern culture, and we take these values and we make them vintage. I wonder what happens when we as a people begin to become a community that reclaims some of these values that have been lost. Values that generations before us have thrown away and say that is no good in our modern society. We begin to reclaim those and say, man, we are going to look like people of God. We are going to live with purity. What does it look like when a community of God begins to look different than culture? Not opposing culture, not hating culture, not being angry at culture, but being a community of people that are separate from culture, that really look the way that Christ called us to live. Colossians 3:5, put to death, therefore, what is earthly in you, sexual immorality and impurity. When he writes this letter to the church, it says things like that should be put to death. That impurity should be put to death. So what are we really doing? We are lowering our level of purity under the guise of maturity. We're saying, God, because I am mature, because I am old enough, I can decide what I will watch that is pure or not. How interesting that our society has done this. That now we can base our purity on our maturity. That we can water it down or raise it up or do whatever we want with it because now we are somehow old enough to decide. And the values that God has placed forth, well, those are really old values. We rationalize it to these crazy degrees, right? And the reality is all we're doing is we're taking this value of purity and we're saying that was really for generations past. That was for another time. We as a culture have given away our purity. You got to be aware of what you're looking at. You got to be aware of what you're allowing into your life, what you're allowing into your eyes. And so maybe the generations before us have thrown away some of these values. Maybe they've antiquated some of these values and they've taken purity and they've kind of pushed it aside. Maybe some of us have done that. Maybe we've been a part of that. And we say, but no more. I mean, this is a moment that change happens in us.